just a saint.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, we're back.
We're back. Okay, hold on a second here. Welcome back to Sports Econ 101. I'm Edward Brown, your host, along with Bruce McGowan and Vern Glenn. When we cut to the first commercial break, we asked this trivia question. Kobe Bryant now wears number 24. What was his number before that? Vern.
Wasn't 7. It wasn't 9. What's that number in between?
8?
Oh, 8. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, number 8.
Yeah, you guys are great. I had no clue. None. I always thought he was number 24 because of Willie Mays and Rick Barry, but I guess it shows you what I know.
Well, how many years did he wear number 8?
Or 8. Gosh, at least first 7 years of his career.
That's why he had hair too.
It's funny.
I
used to pay attention to numbers all the way until I was in my 20s, and then outside of Montana and Young, I don't remember, and Jerry Rice, of course, I don't remember anybody's number. It's weird.
I'm pretty good with numbers.
Yeah.
Phone numbers is one thing, but uniform numbers I'm pretty good.
Well, ask me about the 1960s or 70s, and no problem, but 80s, 90s, and beyond.
Ron Bryant.
No, I don't know. 32, maybe?
I don't know.
I'm thinking.
I wore 32 because of O.J. Simpson when I was a kid.
O.J.
And I was playing a little 7th, 8th grade football. Oh, that was the juice.
Boy, and not to get off on a tangent, but did you see him on television the other day? I was so sad.
Yeah.
Poor guy. I mean, I really feel sorry for O.J. I know he's made his own bed, but he looked just pathetic. It's very sad.
Yeah, I got to know a little bit, Joe Angel, the former Giants, with the Orioles when I first got to know him. But he was a quarterback at Galileo High School in San Francisco, and O.J. was in the backfield. I said, Joe, what was it like playing with O.J. Simpson at Galileo? He goes, I just handed off a lot.
That's right. Quick funny story, because for some reason that reminded me. There's a guy who does some work with me who is the same age as Jerry West, and turns out that they played at rival high schools.
Wow.
And they both played basketball, obviously. Jerry did, right? So this guy tells me the story that he said, we had to play the rival school, and nobody wanted to guard Jerry because he was as good in high school as he was in the pros, right? So this guy, his name's Rocky, he goes, Coach, I'll guard him, right? And so Rocky says that Jerry scored like 39 points against him, right? So I meet Jerry just before the strike a couple years ago, and they're introducing Mark Jackson and all that. So I went up to Jerry and I was telling him the story, because Rocky says, ask him Zeke from Cabin Creek, because that's
Cabin Creek.
Cabin Creek. That because they're both West Virginia.
Sure.
So I go up to Jerry and I said, do you know Zeke from Cabin Creek? And he just kind of smiled, like, how do I know that, right? And I said, well, there's this guy named Rocky who played at a rival school, and one time he was told to guard you, and he scored 39 points against you. And so Jerry kind of looks at me with a very sweet smile and says, I don't think so. And I go, oh, wait a minute, no, I got that right. You scored 39 points against him. That's the story. That makes a little more sense.
Good story. I like that.
Like that?
Yeah, Jerry West is, he doesn't come around here too often, but I tell you, he deserves some of the credit for what the Warriors have done this year.
Yeah.
I mean, advising them on bringing in people like Harrison Barnes and Draymond Green and, the young veterans they got, and Jared Jack and Carl Landry. That's a team that's going to be around for a while.
I've got the ultimate trivia question.
Okay.
I mean, nobody in this audience will get this.
Okay.
Nobody. Okay. West Virginia, with the logo, they won the 1959 NCAA champion. He was co-captain of the West Virginia team. Who was the other co-captain? I'm telling you, nobody will get this.
Well, have we?
Nobody get this.
Here's the question: have we ever heard of
Very
this?
famous last name. Very famous last name.
Well, 59 couldn't be Russell.
In fact, this guy. Okay, here's the clue. His daughter became world famous. Even was on the cover of a Wheaties box.
Oh wow! Now you got me intrigued.
Okay.
I just know that in 1960, Cal won the championship with Pete Newell's great team, but 59 was West Virginia, right?
Yeah, it was West Virginia.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, you're gonna have to tell us.
Okay. All right. One more clue. Okay. Now, she made the cover of the Wheaties box because of what she did in the Olympics in 1984. Mary Lou Retton. Yeah. All right.
Oh, my God.
Bill Retton. Bill Retton was the co-captain.
Never would have gotten that one.
On that West Virginia team.
Boy, that's a good one.
Never would have gotten that one.
I gotta remember that one.
Damn, I'm good.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I got one for you here. Obviously, the pitcher's mound is 60 feet 6 inches, and you probably already know that it used to be 54 feet.
That was what, back in about the 1880s or something?
Okay, here's the
Yeah.
question. Based on what pitcher did they move it back to 60 feet 6 inches?
Christy Mathewson? No.
Before him.
Had
Cy Young?
Before him. That's what's tough.
Cy Young. Who would
Before
be-
Cy Young.
Before Cy Young.
well,
Had been somebody that threw hard.
I'll just have to tell you because we don't have too much
Okay.
time to go with this.
Okay.
Amos Russi.
Amos Russi.
Oh,
was
no, I
nice.
never would've gotten
Never
that.
would've gotten that
No,
one.
no.
Okay, we were talking
Great
about.
Giant, by the way. New York Giant.
That's true.
He was there with the Giants.
That is
Very good.
amazing
You
knowledge.
like that one?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay, the three-way. Okay, we're talking about professional athletes and time to retire. So I like this one here too. When a pitcher can't throw side session, they call it, without feeling extreme pain in his elbow or shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. When a basketball player can't sprint to half court without feeling sharp pains in his knees.
Mm.
And it says here's the problem. One of the problems is today's medicine, with all the high-tech treatments, players can now fool the body into thinking that everything is okay. So some players, taking cortisone shots.
Oh, sure.
Well, look at Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Look at Kobe Bryant. Yeah, I'm sure that all the residual work, and the effect of that work had that residual effect on his Achilles tendon that caused it to tear. All that heavy work for years and years and years.
Yeah, Steph Curry.
Oh yeah. And
He's taken the needle a couple of times
And if
in
I
this
remember,
first series.
I've heard after a while, it just doesn't work anymore, does it?
No, I think when you're in your 30s, it's time to. If you're Steph Curry is lucky because he's not a big guy, but Andrew Bogut, 260 pounds, I don't think he's ever going to be the same.
Yeah, he made the point. He said, "Hey, I'm 7 feet, 265. It's a
Yeah.
lot of weight on that ankle."
It's like a horse.
Yeah.
It's like a racehorse with a broken leg.
Is Curry even?
They're not
Is,
going to shoot Andrew Bogut, are they?
No.
Well, the ankle, yeah, you don't get too much blood going there. That's the whole thing. The
Yeah.
blood kind of heals and stuff. Okay, so you also have here, let's see here, Favre. His annual, charade became difficult because his body was screaming for him to tell him to stop. Okay, so now the other part is you're no longer any good. So one of the saddest things in sports is to see your favorite player struggle. We talked about like
Mhm.
days and all that. And let's see here. Well, the other thing was about your desire to play has vanished. So that's a tough one because, like you said, that can really get
I don't
you
think
into
too many.
depression.
I don't think too many athletes go out there. Do you, Vern, that lose their desire to play? I just haven't seen it. I mean, they may not be able to play at a high level. They may not have it day to day, but just losing their desire, I don't know.
the only person I can think of that came close to it was when Tiki Barber, then for the Giants, he said he was in warm-ups before a game. This is last year, and he just looked around and he said to a teammate, "Say, you know what? I'm done."
Wow, I never heard that.
And he
one.
walked away at the end of the season.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's amazing. Wow.
They were talking here about Jamarcus Russell. Now, he hasn't been around that long, right?
Trying to make a comeback. Hey, he's trying.
But they said they had to tell him to stay out of McDonald's because he couldn't stay in the gym. And a lot of times they get so much money.
I don't feel sorry for Jamarcus though because he's set for life if he's smart, and he didn't seem like a dummy to me. He seemed like a kid that had a little intelligence. You have to be quarterback, so I think he'll be okay.
But I just think you're a product of your environment. I mean,
Yeah.
I think you are who you are. I mean, he was a guy from a small town in Alabama that just didn't know anywhere. So much happened so fast.
When you get so much money,
Yeah, that's the problem.
Back in the days of Ted Williams and all that, they had second jobs.
What is it? 90% of no, it wasn't that many, but it's not that high percentage. But you were saying last week, I think, wasn't it? That
Well, how many are out of work or whatever, out of money,
Yeah.
with 5 years of retirement?
Yeah.
It's like 65% of them. Yeah,
Wow.
it's kind of crazy because these guys I don't know what happened to like earning your pay each year, rather than getting.
Well, that's what it
large
was for
contract.
years.
Yeah.
It was that way for years. It's that way to a lesser degree in the real world, I think, nowadays. If you're in a high-profile position, but most of us have to work, paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah. I think most of America lives paycheck to
Oh
paycheck.
yeah.
So the desire vanishes.
We do in the Glen House, that's for sure.
That's part of the deal.
My wife keeps me excited to go to work, or else I can't come home. Okay, so what else do we want to cover here? Let's see. Bad calls that cost players money. So think about this. Jim Joyce ruining Armando Galarraga's perfect game. A lot of people don't, but everyone talks about the perfect game, but a lot of people forgot that he also lost the no-hitter.
Lost the no-hitter, lost the perfect game.
Yeah.
Didn't lose the shutout, but the sad thing about that was that he not only lost his moment of notoriety, but it was so obvious. And then Joyce felt so badly about it. The good thing was,
that was good.
you know what was good about it also was that Galarraga handled it so well.
He really did.
I mean, how many guys would have been able to handle it that well? And Matt King,
I'm
when he had
gonna
a
run this neck.
Matt King, when he had a perfect game last year, he got the benefit of a great catch by Gregor Blanco.
Oh,
But
yeah.
think about that.
Yeah.
You know, the last play of the game was a ground ball to third, and it was a close play at
That was
first
tough.
base.
That was a hard. I don't think
Yeah.
Pablo could have made that play.
No.
No. That one was definitely pretty tough. Okay, and you know, because if you think about it, how much money would Galarraga have gotten if he had that perfect game? You know what I mean? Like for the next year, you know, for
You know, there are guys though
contract,
that throw no hitters in perfect games and don't get anything extra because it just happens once in their career.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
Philip Humber is an example. He's now pitching. Philip Humber. Yeah, exactly.
Who?
Who is that guy? You know, I mean, there's another example of a guy that came out of nowhere. So sometimes it's the nobodies that do it though because the unfamiliarity that the other hitters don't know who he is.
And then you're gonna work the other way around. You know, you go out and have a game like Joe Flacco did in the Super Bowl. Every
Oh, yeah,
every
exactly.
completion, it was ka-ching,
Yeah.
ka-ching,
Oh,
ka-ching, because he knew he was gonna. And they had offered him big money before the year began, and he went, you know, let's just talk after the season, and the price went up.
Oh yeah.
You know what still galls me about that Super Bowl? And I love
Last
Jim.
play
I,
of the game.
I love Jim Harbaugh. You know, he did a great job at Stanford. Did a great job at 49. You give Colin Kaepernick first and goal to 4.
Run it in.
And run it in.
Hello.
Yeah, they had their nose tackle was missing. The Niners were killing him on the ground, and he runs 4 wide. You know,
I know.
runs out,
They're
rolls out to the right, tries to hit.
And there have to be at least 3 people calling those plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because from upstairs, there's got to be in the transmitter, and you got to run execute the play.
Hold on to that thought because we got some other bad calls to go over here. Okay, Michael. Okay, we're gonna cut to our second commercial break here. Michael Jordan used to wear number 23. Now, when he came out of retirement, what number did he wear? The first 3 callers with the correct answer win a free 3-day, 2-night stay at the Lighthouse Resort. Their website is lighthouseforfun.com. Call 888-660-4495. That's 888-660-4495 to answer this question. Michael Jordan used to wear number 23. When he came out of retirement, what number did he wear? 888-660-4495. Make sure to include your name, email address, speak slowly, spell out your email 1 letter at a time.
What was that? What was that number? One more time.
888-660-4495. Okay, and we'll be right back. It's amazing how many people get, you know.
Oh yeah, you have to hit it 3 times at least.
Yeah.
And I went to the DMV to get